Warm welcome, viewers. Let's quickly give you perspective on this big interview that is coming up. When you just about thought that the seat-sharing exercise, especially within the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, was swift, the rift was being bridged, there's a new explosive flashpoint, and that is the seat of Bharuch in Gujarat. Well, if you remember, just a few days back, Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party already announced the candidate from this particular seat. Why is the seat of Bharuch so important? This is the stronghold of Congress strongman Ahmed Patel. Ever since Ahmed Patel passed, his daughter Mumtaz Patel has been cultivating this seat, working here and hoping to fight the 2024 general elections from here. So what took not just Mumtaz Patel but the Congress unit in Gujarat in a little shock was the announcement made by Arvind Kejriwal. Was the High Command on the same page on the seat sharing? Because this announcement took place even before the seat sharing state by state of the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party was penciled in. I have with me right now Ms Mumtaz Patel. She's joining us from Bharuch, a village in Bharuch in Gujarat. Ms Patel, appreciate you taking the time and joining us. First question, ma'am. Are you looking to fight this election from Gujarat, possibly from your own father's bastion, Bharuch, where you're sitting right now, working for the last 2 years in Bharuch?
Okay, so I have been working in this constituency called Bharuch, and that is not out of any election motive, but because this is home ground. This is home to us. We were born here. This has been my father's home for, ever. We have family back here. So after he passed away, it was like a responsibility for us to be around and to carry forward the work that he had been doing socially more than politically.
So let me ask you, Ms Patel, did it take you by surprise when Arvind Kejriwal announced the Aam Aadmi Party candidate from Bharuch for the 2024 polls? What do you make of this, keeping in mind that the alliance talks are still on? Do you think the High Command has already given the seat that you wish to contest from and work from to the Aam Aadmi Party?
So that is what, as Congress cadre, we were very unhappy about, that even before the alliance talks could begin at the top level or at the central level, Arvind Kejriwal ji came on the 7th of January to Netrang in the Bharuch district and announced Chetar Vasawa as his AAP candidate. So he did not announce it as an India candidate, but as AAP candidate, which was very premature, because if you are talking about alliance, then it's better to wait it out and see what ultimately is decided at the top, and then you put forth any candidates.
Ms Patel, let me ask you a direct question. If in the alliance talks, the High Command does decide and your party does decide to give the seat of Bharuch to the Aam Aadmi Party, is Mumtaz Patel all right with it? Is your cadre okay with it? Because you've been trying to cultivate your own father's seat for the last 2 years.
So firstly, it hasn't been decided yet. Talks are still on. As the Bharuch District Congress Committee, we did pass a resolution immediately after this announcement saying that we are not in favor of an alliance on this seat in Bharuch because Congress would like to fight. However, the talks are going on at the top. We had a Pradesh Congress meeting 2 days ago, and in that also the entire Bharuch delegation put forth all their apprehensions and said that this seat would not be ideal for an alliance. We do have one MLA from the Aam Aadmi Party, but out of 7 Vidhan Sabha assemblies in this Lok Sabha seat, the rest of the 6 Aam Aadmi Party's deposit got cancelled. So they don't have a presence in the other 6 assemblies. So as such, Bharuch is not a seat where Aam Aadmi Party has any other presence except for the seat that assembly that Chetar Vasawa won from.
You know, Ms Patel, maybe not so much as an electoral constituency, but Bharuch has been, the home of your father, Mr. Ahmed Patel. He's cultivated this constituency. There's a lot of allegiance that lies with him. So my question to you is, if you already have an ally partner in Mr. Arvind Kejriwal in the Aam Aadmi Party, then why would he make that announcement prematurely, knowing very well that this is the constituency, at least, on the moral alliance part of it, which belongs to the Congress, because it's the home ground of Ahmed Patel, which his daughter has been cultivating. Has he jumped the gun?
I think he jumped the gun. There has been so see for why we're taking a stand is because Chetar Vasawa. See, we don't have any personal issues with Chetar Bhai. Unfortunately, because of BJP's malpractices, they've put him in jail. We have stood with him for the Jal Jangal Adivasi cause. We are with the Adivasis. In fact, our Congress MLAs have protested in favor for BJP doing this to Chetar Bhai. But in terms of a political alliance, we feel that Aam Aadmi Party does not have space in Bharuch because traditionally this is a BJP versus Congress seat. And in fact, in the entire Gujarat, it's a two-party state. So we would ideally not want any third party to come in as an option in this state.
So, what you seem to suggest, Ms. Patel, is that nothing has been promised to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Then why has he unilaterally taken this decision? Because all seems to be going well between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. Do you think that maybe some amount of indication would have been given to Mr. Kejriwal that yes, you would get one seat in Gujarat of the 25, of the 26, and that could be Bharuch? Or do you think he just preempted it, was immature to do so?
I think he must have he went to visit Chetar Vasawa in jail, and I guess seeing the crowds, maybe he got a little overwhelmed and carried away. That's what I understand. And he did announce it prematurely. It wasn't a part of the India Alliance announcement. Those talks are still going on. So whatever the alliance decides, that's a separate matter. But like I said, as the cadre, as the sentiments of the voters that we have been seeing on the ground, we have voters who've been voting for years and years for the Congress party. We've had MLAs from this district. We have the Zillas and the Taluka Panchayat are in control of the Congress. Yes, they speak about, my father's been a Lok Sabha MP thrice and then 6 terms Rajya Sabha. If you go around the district of Bharuch, you can see every corner that he's worked, till his last breath. My father represented the Congress in Bharuch, even if not as a Lok Sabha MP, but as an MP, and has worked hard for this district. So Congress is very much relevant and present here, and we would definitely want the Congress symbol to be fighting this seat.
So let me ask you, Ms. Patel, there's no contesting that your father's legacy in Bharuch is strong. He's revered in many ways where Bharuch is concerned. So have you got any assurance from the Congress High Command, or do you feel maybe slighted, by the top brass of the Congress? Any word from them, any assurance saying that, listen, the Aam Aadmi Party has just jumped the gun. We'll make sure that in the party's interest and we'll take care of you. Has any assurance been given?
So you see, as the cadre, we've just put forth our request that this is what we want. Now they're assessing it, and whatever they decide, that is fine. But we still would insist that we'd like Congress to be fighting this seat.
So Ms. Patel, you haven't been able to speak to the Congress, the proverbial Congress High Command on this issue. Do you feel a little slighted or maybe a little bad of not getting an audience at such a crucial time where these announcements are being made?
Of course, no. So, yeah, in fact, to answer your question, yes, even in the PCC meeting, our Gujarat Congress President, Shakti Singh Goyal ji, our General Secretary in charge, Mukul Vasnik ji, the rest of the current sitting MLAs, the top leadership of Gujarat Congress, and everybody agrees with the fact that, yes, in fact, they all did tell the cadre that if agar aapko sachi Shraddhanjali deni hai, to aap is seat pe mehnat kariye और आप इस सीट को जीतिए. So we're very, very hopeful that we are, as the Congress party, going to contest this seat, alliance or not.
You know, that's a big line, Ms Patel, when you say Congress will fight the seat, alliance or not. What does that mean?
What I mean is alliance or not means that the alliance is not just on Bharuch seat, right? There is an India alliance, and there are a lot of there's a lot of thought that goes behind each seat, each state. So there could be an alliance in some state, there could be an alliance not in some states, there could be alliances on some seats and not the other seats. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, there is an India alliance in place at an overall India level, but despite that alliance, it could be possible that there will be friendly fights on certain seats. So in that sense, we've, like I said again, put in a request that Congress should fight this seat. So there is going to be an alliance. I'm not saying that there's any breaking of alliance at some top level or whatever. That alliance remains. But under that alliance also, maybe there is no alliance on this particular seat.
Ms Patel, do you find yourself in a peculiar position like Mr. Milind Deora? Nowhere am I saying that you're going to jump the party or join any other party. But is there exactly the same spot? You know, South Mumbai constituency of Mr. Milind Deora, he constantly tried to get in touch with the High Command. The Shiv Sena, Uddhav faction constantly said that this is going to Arvind Sawant. And then he was forced to leave the party.
Not at all. This is not, let me reiterate, let me specify, because this is Chunav ka waqt and election time. So people think it's about ticket and this and that. No, today, at this moment, when I'm speaking to you, and when I was at the PCC meeting or the DCC meeting in the last few days, the fight and the struggle is about Congress contesting this particular seat, if I may talk about. So it is not about me contesting or me jumping the gun or me protesting about anything else. It is an emotional thing for me also, as well as a political thing, that Congress is so relevant here. Despite, I mean, let's not go with the numbers and say, okay, fine, you haven't won this seat in so many years. Even if we haven't won, we've had MLAs who've won. So there is a lot of presence of the Congress. There are villages which are voting, like, you know, the entire village votes for the Congress. There is Kada, which is 30, 40, 50 years old. I meet Karyakartas who are 80 years old. They're wearing the Congress ka case, and they are with the Congress. They're not getting anything today. We've not been in power for so many years, but yet they are dil se with the Congress. You know, we owe it to that cadre, we owe it to that voters. And why should we let an option of a third party come into the system anyways? That is what the struggle is about. So right now, it is not about me contesting this seat. It is about the Congress contesting this seat. And of course, it's emotional for me, because this is, today, if my father had been alive, I don't think talks of an alliance on this particular seat would have happened anyway. But yes, this is a democracy. Everybody has the right to contest. If Aam Aadmi Party wants to contest this seat, great. But they're all talking about it at the central level, and they'll decide according to whatever the data says or whatever the ground reality is. So we're hopeful. It's just that we have the right to put forth our request that we would not want this seat to go away to any other party in an alliance.
Ms. Patel, it's emotionally loaded when you say if my father was alive today, this seat would have gone nowhere but stayed with the Congress. So the question I ask you is, you know, you haven't been able to speak to the High Command, but if in seat sharing the seat goes to the Congress, will Mumtaz Patel be all right with that decision, that this seat goes to the Aam Aadmi Party? I beg your pardon.
Look, ultimately, whatever the High Command decides, it is our responsibility and duty to accept it. But like I said, that we are just still hopeful that they will look into our demands and they'll give it a good thought.
Last question, are you hoping to fight this election from the Congress, the seat of Bharuch?
If the High Command decides that I'm a suitable candidate for the Congress party and they tell me that I should contest, I would definitely do it.
Ms. Patel, thank you for taking out the time and joining us, and good luck. Appreciate the time. Thank you.